Alrighty. What it do? What it do? Short stream today. So not gonna ramble on for the usual couple hours I do. But in saying that, I feel like making this stream. Given that I don't think there's a whole lot going on. But again, we will see, you know, we will see what people have to say. Because so far all that's really happening is complete BS with this whole thing of the Wilder Fury trilogy. So today we're getting reports that Shelley Finkel said something, a training partner has said something, um, or a sparring partner of Deontay. We're getting news that Fury's going to be fighting Kabiel or Takam. It's like I don't get it, man. This is old news. Even this stuff that Bob Arum said today on Fury's return. Kabiel Takam, the leading candidates for December 5th. Let me read this. He's deciding on an opponent, Arum said of Fury. But until I get an opponent, I'm not going to ESPN to discuss it. But Takam is at least known he has been on ESPN. It's just, I don't know, man. Joe DeGuardia of Star Boxing and all these other guys, they're just desperate to get their men. Even Rivas, his team, they want that fight there. A whole big mess. I mean, if I check their social medias, you will not see really much. You know, you won't see a whole lot going on when it comes to the negotiations. But we'll see. I mean, I'm checking Carlos Takam's Twitter right now. He's training with Dewey Cooper. Let me see. Again, this is old news from like a week or two ago. I think 2 weeks ago. I just do not see a way how they can. I don't see a way, man. How they can just do a fight like this. I'll check a Git. I mean, these two aren't even. It gets number 15 in the WBC. And he's overseas right now. He's doing his runs and all that good stuff. This is quite a late stream as usual. The thing with me is that yeah, a bunch of ridiculousness. Just a bunch of ridiculousness. Again, if I check the WBC rankings, let me just see. We got people making videos and shit about Wilder returning and the fight can't happen because the contract expired. It's just a lot of bogus media coverage. Even these YouTube channels, like the likes of Ioli, Steve Kim, all these guys, you know, and a whole lot more. A lot of the YouTube channels are jumping on that bandwagon. So they like almost become the equivalent Coppinger jumping on fake shit. Because Coppinger's like, well, my sources tell me that this fight's off and that fight's off. Well, if it's off, then they're going to court. It's that simple, isn't it? You know? It's that simple. You know? You can't go through the fire without getting burnt. You know? It doesn't work like that. Oh my god, I can't even find these freaking rankings. Where have they gone? WBC ratings 2020. Let's go March 2020. Because that's the one that always comes up. Just a bunch of ridiculousness. Fake news. I'm sick of seeing the same old crap. Ooh, Wilder's in tremendous shape. This shit was like months ago. This stuff isn't new. It's just a waste of time. Just a big waste of time. There's no point in trying to sugarcoat shit. Man. A load of bogus. Again, let me see where Carlos Takam is ranked in the WBC. Carlos Takam is number 19 in the WBC. He is below Brazil, who Wilder beat. He is below Konaki, who just got beat. He is below Hellenius. And he's definitely below Agit Kabiel. We got the young prospects in Joyce. Joyce isn't young, but, he's still coming up. In terms of the professional ranks, Ajagba, Hergovich, and Dubois are all above. They're above. They're above Takam. Maybe if I check the current rankings. I gotta do my homework before I get them. Usually with the longer stream, it's acceptable. It's just complete ridiculousness. Unreal. Just unreal. I don't really like. And the thing is, like, people still making videos on this whole injury thing, and it's just, where are people going to learn that you can't just cover the same shit all the time? Like, I make a lot of streams with Wilder in the title, but I will redirect the topic a lot. But jeez, you guys think that having Carlos Takam as Tyson Fury's first title defense, let alone his next fight, is acceptable? You guys think this is acceptable for him to fight someone like that? Takam's fought absolutely nobody since he fought Gashi. Or actually, since he fought Chisora, really. He's fought absolutely no one. There's just no way. There's no way you can spin this. There's no way you can weasel out of this. Because people are bringing up quotes from months ago. I don't understand how it is. Wouldn't people get in trouble for allowing people to think that? Oh, excuse me. Allowing people to think that this is news when actually this was stuff that was announced months ago. Because honestly, man, it's just ridiculous. And I keep saying that because it's a tiring matter. The third fight's happening. It's written in the contract. These fickle boxing fans, they don't want to see Wilder fight in the trilogy, but they're desperate for him to speak, so they can't decide what they want to do. You understand? They're not really boxing fans. These are people that have seen the sport. They've been introduced to it by a certain fighter, and they go along with that. And whatever fighter they don't like the look of, because that's really what it is, and they follow a false narrative, and then they go down that rabbit hole. And they're fake fans. They're not good for the sport at all. Now, I'd say the coverage, media-wise, because as Floyd Mayweather said, all publicity is good publicity. I think he said something along the lines of that. Fine. But again, Wilder's been quiet, and it's not like he's disappeared. I mean, I put a video up the other day that he was with his wife. He was thoroughly enjoying, what do you call it, a dinner, a birthday, because he had some friends. He had some friends over that had done a basketball court for them. You understand? So you guys just don't know. You don't do your research. I do my research. I send stuff to people if they want to make videos on it, because they edit videos really well. They have a wider audience. They have a much wider audience on their channels. They have a bigger audience, so therefore they can project what's there. I guarantee you, people like Fanon today, for example, he's uploaded a video on Loma and Wilder, and people are going to take all that shit out of context. You know, you even see some of the fickle fans with this Tiafimo win against Loma. Vasili's making all the excuses, but the media doesn't want to cover this. Or something Deontay never even said. It just got blown into proportions. Why do you think Wilder doesn't even want to speak to people? People are making shit up about him. All fake news is what it is. There are a lot of people who have interviewed Wilder from news outlets, and there are a lot of people who have interviewed Wilder from outlets on YouTube, on their YouTube channels, who will not get the opportunity again because Wilder himself and his PR team will say, no, you are not on the good list. Okay? Who has been naughty? Who has been nice? Okay? I don't think someone like Michelle Joy Phelps is going to get an interview. I don't think so, because she co-signed a lot of stuff that Raheem said and everything. A lot of these channels, they're done. They are done. Kevin Ioli's not getting an interview again because Kevin Ioli lied. That was the first source from what I saw of the whole costume excuse thing. He lied. You got guys like Tay Jones who are with Wilder, and you got guys like because that's what I noticed. Like, there's the same story from each member of that camp. Joey Scott, the strength and conditioning coach, you know, he's saying we never did an interview, and that's the same thing Tay did. But this stuff gets swept under the rug because people don't do their research. They just make a video and they find comfort in people from certain regions going to their channel, hitting the thumbs up, agreeing with them, writing some egregious comments in the chat or in the comment section. It's totally false. False narrative spread all around. I don't get it. Actually, I do get it. It's just people trolling, people hating, and people having not the slightest clue of what they're talking about. No clue at all. None whatsoever. You guys are so desperate for a unification that isn't even close to being made. Joshua has to get past Pulev, which I think he will. And I think that's going to be one of his easier fights that he's had in his reign as champion. I think it will be. I think it's an easier fight than the Povetkin fight. I think it's similar to Brazil in a way, how it will play out, but you never know. You never know, as we saw last year. And then you got Tyson Fury. We don't know what Tyson wants. Tyson doesn't really want to fight Wilder, does he? Because he wants to fight fucking Agit or Carlos. If this is a way of trying to get Wilder to speak, it's not working. Because obviously he's staying silent for a reason. He's staying silent for a reason. Otherwise, why would you be this quiet? There's no other explanation. The man is cool, and he doesn't care what people say about him. But he will care enough not to give you an interview because you've talked crap about him. Even IFL TV, they probably won't get an interview with Wilder again. You know, Coogan's probably not going to be able to get one because he's had so many people on his channel, like Johnny Nelson, like Spencer Fearon, who have constantly, over the years, degraded this man. These people don't know what they're talking about. They have no clue. They barely know Wilder. They don't even watch his fights. They watch highlights of his fights. Or they hear what other people say about him. How am I meant to even take your opinion seriously? Just because Joshua says something about Wilder being silent does not give you the opportunity to jump on and say, well, AJ's not bullshitting. Wilder, this and that. Look at Dean White as well. Dean White has the audacity to say, maybe Wilder's a-hole's gone. Maybe your real name's gone. Because Wilder doesn't have issues like that. Wilder's not changing his name. Wilder's not pretending to be someone he's not. Wilder made 10 title defenses, tying Muhammad Ali. 5-year title reign, top 10 opposition. Stepping up to fight the best in that later half. And you want to tell me that he's lost his whatever. You, my friend, need a reality check on life and everything surrounding. You're in the gym doing an interview with Pep Talk. Shout out to Pep Talk UK. They're a good channel, right? You're in there talking shit about a former champion who supposedly got cheated in his last fight. It'd be a shame, man. You know? Because remember, you met Wilder in Brixton. Wilder came to your country, to your town, to your brothers, as you say, brothers' town. And he let you shake hands. Oh, let's give Dillian a shot at the title. Cool. If Dillian fights an eliminator or puts himself in a position to get to me. Because fighting number 16 is not good enough. And all that mumbo jumbo. I'm telling you, when Wilder speaks, he won't probably speak much at all. There's no point. He's been promoting fights by himself enough. He's been promoting fights enough by himself. He did way too much talking for this second fight. You know? He had to promote it because Fury was being hard. He wouldn't say much. He started talking shit as it got closer. Because Wilder's trying to fucking sell a pay-per-view. He wants people to buy the fight. He wants people to watch it. Even the first Fury fight. Complete ridiculousness. That's the freaking word of the day, isn't it, eh? At least for this. I don't get it. I get KBL. If this was Wilder, if Wilder beat Fury in Feb, and Wilder was trying to get out of the rematch, to fight a Git or Carlos Takam, I wonder if the same energy would be shown, because no one's having a go at Fury. Wilder would be absolutely crucified if he did this shit. No one can give me a reasonable explanation as to why Fury fighting a Git or Carlos Takam is a good way of making Undisputed with Joshua, and a good way of abandoning this trilogy and getting a massive lawsuit. Because Bob Arum and Al Heyman have gone to court. They have gone to court before, and Al Heyman has destroyed Bob in court. Bob can't beat Al at fucking anything. He can't. Not at all. You can't pull out this fight, man. Point blank, period. It's written, man. It's written. It's not he said, she said. It's written. Your good name's on there. All right? A lot of fake narratives on YouTube. Oh, it wasn't because Corona. Yeah, it was. College football is one of the biggest sports in the United States of America. You really think a fucking British guy that has been accused of cheating, right, fighting against America's best heavyweight, you think that is going to overplay the footy season there? Still stirring the pot, man. Still stirring it. Like I said, if this was Wilder, you guys would be crucifying him. You guys just would. You want him to fight at Albert Hall, where he doesn't even have a license. This is another thing you miss. And I just remembered to touch on it. He doesn't have a license. I heard something about an 8-year ban. Like if it was like reinvestigated or reinstated. Something like that. Very bad idea. And this undisputed fight with Joshua, it's not happening in the UK. It's not happening there. It's not happening. Because it's easy to get a license in another country for combat sports. It's easier than in the UK. Yeah. Imagine, let's just say you guys get what you want. And look, I wouldn't mind Joshua Fury at all because that's a great fight. It's one of the biggest fights of all time for, at least now. Oh, excuse me. It's a huge fight in the UK. It's not a huge fight in America. It's not a huge fight in the Middle East, quite frankly. What are you going to do? Have this fight in Saudi Arabia? It's going to make more money in the UK because they'll probably charge more for it. It's going to be at Wembley. I don't understand. All of these people just lie. Let me just read this for a second. I don't know why people have said that if Wilder takes the fight, if he doesn't, I'm still a fan. I mean, we are not Wilder, so we don't decide what he does. Okay? He's his own man. Okay? I'm not in there taking punches from 200-pound men, 270-pound men. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing what Wilder does. You guys, part of you guys is like it's funny because you guys didn't really keep the same energy, did you? Because you were screaming about the first fight. You said that Wilder and Fury, it's got to happen immediately. And then you'll blame Wilder for why it didn't happen, right? You'll blame Wilder. And then what? Then what happened? Fury ran to top rank, which you guys refused to even really acknowledge. And then Fury got 2 tune-ups. Meanwhile, Wilder fought top 4 opposition in the sanctioning body, a mandatory and a fight of the most dangerous fighter in the division, one of anyway. Everyone that was avoiding. But now you want to turn around and say that for the third fight, Wilder's the one that needs a tune-up because he got beat. But last time I checked, there was a draw with both sides disputing who won. Wilder lost, Fury lost, but there was no talk of tune-up. The one that took a tune-up was Fury. Now you want to... Now as a fan of... You fans of Deontay want him to take a tune-up. Not every fan of Deontay, including me, but you want him to take a tune-up, which will close opportunities down for him to get a fight for undisputed. Or could just continue a reign if he beats Fury. That makes no sense at all. You clearly don't understand the business side of it. Because he's a well-known quantity. Okay? He will get an opportunity regardless, but it's going to be harder. When he has that belt, it's easier. No one's going to give Wilder an opportunity. You think if Fury and Joshua somehow end up fighting, you think they'll give him the fucking opportunity again? Fury won't. He got given 2 lifelines. That second fight was on his fucking network, really. I didn't see PBC everywhere. I saw Top Rank. This was a Top Rank event as far as I'm concerned. I'm not even talking about the gloves and that. I'm just talking about the overalls. You know? I have no interest. I'm not going to watch Git Cabell versus Tyson Fury. I'm not going to watch Carlos Takam versus Tyson Fury. Carlos Takam fought Joshua. He got knocked out by Chisora, who Fury beat twice. And Chisora, if he wins next week, he fights Joshua maybe, because he's mandatory then. So I don't understand. I don't understand. Fickle fans don't know what they want. They're very silly and naive. They don't know this sport at all. They don't know. They have no clue what they're talking about. me just see. Again, there. Even this week with the last week with the fight that happened. I mean, a bunch of excuses for Loma. But again, I'm not concerned. I don't jump on that bandwagon. I don't put someone when they're down, you know? Oh man. We'll be breaking down Usyk versus Chisora on another channel as well. So that for me will be good. It'll be good to get my opinion out there on that. But again, you know, people being concerned about Wilder being silent is just fucking stupid. Right? That's the best way I can put it with my French. That's the best way I can put it. Okay? I mean, let me think of another. Who's someone that's not a boxer, a sportsman. I haven't heard from Kamaru Usman much. You know, he's talking about SARS in Nigeria. You know, the political situation there. He wants his people in Nigeria to be well. That's all I've heard from him since he fought Masvidal. I haven't heard much else. Done a few interviews here and there, but I'm not out here jumping and having ants in my pants about this. This is just ridiculous. When he speaks, what are you people gonna say? What are you gonna say? What are you gonna say? You gonna believe what Wilder says? If you don't even believe that a glove has a dent in it, how the hell are you gonna believe anything, a word out of Wilder's mouth when he speaks? I heard Tay Jones say Feb, and then I heard him say December it's happening. So, again, Feb the latest, but I'd rather December. Hopefully Wilder's like ready, like really ready to go for that. But again, this has been a very rough stream, given the fact that not a particular topic, just stuff revolving around the media. And other channels, I guess, because it needs to be addressed at least once in a while. Too many lies going around, and people complain why they can't get interviews because you make lies up about important people, about known people. When you bullcrap about shit, when you bullshit, okay, you are defaming people essentially. You understand? Not always, but you know, with a lot of guys, like you saying that if people all of a sudden came out and said Michael Jordan's on PEDs, I don't think Michael Jordan will be very happy at the outlets saying that. He wouldn't give them an interview. It's the same here with Wilder, Rigondeaux, a lot of these other guys. So again, keep that in mind. But again, this has been a stream in which it's not been the best. But I don't care. Next week's going to be much better, though. I guarantee you that. I guarantee you. But yeah, I hope everyone stays safe in this crazy time. Got to wrap this up, and I'm out. Peace.